Good morning. Are you ready? So good to see you guys. So good to see you the other day, Maureen. Oh, and you're right, that wine is so yummy. Yummy. Yes. Couldn't wait to open it. Very yummy. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So today we have a little of everything. Let's just sit and sort of meditate and breathe. Feel free to close your eyes and just bring yourself into your own space. Breathing, whatever technique that is, and just go ahead. And like we did on Monday, probably not as intensely, just sending the breath and following the breath to different parts of your physical body that make it personal, make it a very personal journey. What is needed for you? I want this to be exactly what you need this morning. So perhaps it's not necessarily the feet, perhaps we need to send breath to our backs or our legs or to the third eye. I always think it's a good idea to send the breath there and try to just allow that connection with our intuition. Pranayama, life force energy, thinking of the breath giving us the energy we need inside of our bodies, outside of our bodies, on our mats, in our room, in our lives. Using the breath not just to simply sustain us, but to give us that positive energy. And then let's roll our shoulders. And perhaps you're sitting on a blanket or a pillow. Let's remove that. And extending the legs, pointing and flexing here. So the pointing and flexing works all the way up to the hips, circling the ankles, circle in the other direction. We're sitting nice and tall. We're keeping our posture and laced up here. And sometimes just hanging here is what ends up happening. So we have to make that effort to sit a little taller. And then shaking the legs out. Let's take our left hand up and over and lengthen from the hip all the way through the fingertips. Bringing that left shoulder back. Remember, not a lot of weight here. Our weight is still as equally as we can be on both sit bones. And take it to the other side, stretching up and over, reaching. Inhale, both arms. Exhale, forward fold, pulling the belly back, releasing through the neck, through the back. Keep breathing and slowly coming up. We'll bring our hands behind and open up the heart, shoulders back. Pressing the belly forward, staying strong through the belly. And then good, taking it here. We're going to take our right leg here and taking a twist. The length of the spine, the lifting of the heart. And switching sides. And coming back to the center, pointing and flexing the feet again. This goes all the way up, so we feel movement in the hips as well. Circling the ankles, circle in the other direction. Holding here, legs are together, feet are flexed, reaching up and over, stretching. Remember to bring that shoulder back, it's not a fold forward, and then pulling the belly in, take it to the other side. Stretch, lengthen, maybe bring this shoulder back, and then coming to the center, inhale, forward fold, pull the belly back. So pretty much the same thing we've already done, just this time a little deeper perhaps. And coming up, hands behind, lifting, lengthening the heart, sending the belly forward, staying laced up. Pulling our belly in, nice and perched on our sit bones, taking a twist here. This time we're going to bring our right arm up and then just placing our fingers behind to help lengthen and lift the heart. Engaging the core. Other side. Lifting up and turning, twisting, breathing. To the center, shake it out. Let's take ourselves to all fours and work through our spine with our cat and cow. Using the breath, the pranayama, pressing through the hands, pressing into our roots as well. Really connecting with the breath, connecting with the earth, connecting with the universe here. All that from our mats. We're going to reach our hands forward, send our hips back. Stretch, reach, breathe. Engaging the core, coming up and just onto our knees, just for a little bit. Shoulders roll. Inhale. Exhale. Taking our hands to our back hip pocket. So if we have jeans on, we're sticking our fingers in our jeans, so our fingers are on our buttocks and our heel of our hands, the palm of our hands sort of on the low back. Pulling the belly in, stretching the spine. We're not really putting a lot of pressure here, but you can arch a little bit as long as that lace is laced up from the hip to the ribs. And shoulders back, lift the heart. Pull the belly in, coming back to center. Let's send our hands forward, hips back. Remember, we're initiating from the belly. Any movements. And then coming back up to all fours. We're going to our down dog, and we're going to take 3 breaths in our down dog. Feel free to pedal the legs out, getting the whole body warmed up. And after 3 breaths, bringing ourselves forward to a forward fold. Inhale, pressing into our feet, rising up, hands to heart center. Let's take a sun salutation, standing only at first. We're going to take 4 complete sun salutations. So that means all the way down. We'll do the first 2 together. We're going to start when we're pressing one side back at a time. We'll start with the right and one side forward at a time. We're adding lunges into it. So we're kind of going right into it. Whereas if it was a whole class setting, I would take my time, or we would all take our time a little bit more in each part of the pose because of the variety of people that are in there. But you guys know this. So let's go right into it, and we'll do the first 2 together. Inhale, pull the belly in for a forward fold. Exhale, really feel it here. Spend the time. Inhale, lengthen, really lengthen shoulders back. Exhale, fold, hands come down to the mat. Step right and left back for our plank. Lengthen, lowering the knees, tops of the feet, heart, and then take a little cobra here. Good. Engage the core, pull back onto our knees. We can pull back with our core, and then coming to our down dog. Bending, looking forward, step right and left forward. Inhale and exhale. Good. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Step back left and right for our plank. Lowering down. Feel free to lower down in one flat plank. Coming up into a cobra. A little bit of a cobra. We don't have to go right up right away, right? And then take ourselves to a down dog. Bending, looking forward, step left and right forward. Inhale. Exhale. Adding on to our flow, to our sun salutation, waking up the whole body. And this time, as we forward fold, take our hands to the mat. Let's step back to a down dog instead of a plank. So here in our down dog, 1 extra breath. 3-legged dog on the right. Bending, looking forward, right foot comes forward, lowering the back knee. Inhale. Exhale. 3-legged dog on the right. Down dog. Lowering our knees. Chaturanga. A little more of a cobra this time. And if you can, right? And then coming back up. Bending the knees. Step right and left forward. We come into our forward fold. Right, and then we rise up as we press into our roots. Inhale, exhale, fold. Lengthen, folding. Step back to down dog. 1 extra breath here. Then 3-legged on the left. Engaging the core, we'll bring the left foot forward, lower the right knee. Inhale. Exhale. bringing the left foot back for three-legged. Lower down, bending, look forward, step left and right forward. Inhale. Good. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Just adding on to our sun salutations. This time we'll be adding a warrior one. Step back, down dog. Three-legged on the right. Shifting forward, bringing the right foot to the center top of the mat. And when we lift up here, we're going to lower our back heel. So readjusting, I'm finding my legs are too far apart. I'm going to bring this back foot forward a little. We can always adjust from our feet. So if we were to be standing straight ahead, both feet would be straight ahead. But we're taking our heel in, bending this front knee, trying to keep both feet equally down through the ball of the foot, the heel, toes are relaxed, holding, breathing. And engage the core, taking ourselves down to the mat. Let's take a three-legged on the right, lower down, and now we'll take a three-legged on the left. Shifting forward, bringing ourselves to a warrior one on this side. Readjust if you need to, pressing through both heels, both sides of the feet, both balls of the feet. Adjusting the hips if you want. Inhale and exhale. Let's take this left foot back, three-legged. Lower down, bending. Bringing the right foot forward, left foot forward. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Step back, left and right, down dog. Three-legged on the left. Coming forward to a warrior one. Bringing ourselves back down. Step three-legged to the left. And now three-legged to the right. Warrior one. Pressing. You can keep it in a warrior one. You can lower that foot down. There is very different benefits to both. Either, I should say. And then take ourselves here, three-legged on the right. And then bringing the right forward, forward fold. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Inhale. So going through your sun salutation at your own rate. Maybe spending a little extra time in each part of the pose, maybe skipping part of the pose. We're going to step back right and left, down dog. And then three-legged on the right. Coming forward, warrior one. And so let's all meet in warrior one. From here, we're going to shift to our warrior three. When you're ready, shoulders back. Let's have 2 more breaths in our warrior one if you're here. Bringing our hands to heart center, engaging the core, shifting forward, warrior three. Pressing through that front foot, lengthening, breathing. One more breath here. And then warrior one. Taking ourselves down to a down dog. Three-legged on the left. Shifting forward for a warrior one. And let's hold here for a little bit. Feel free to adjust those legs. We want to press equally through both heels, the forefeet, hands to heart center. Breathe. When you're ready, shifting forward, warrior three. See if we can get 3 breaths here. Back to our warrior one. Coming down, stepping back, down dog. Bending the knees, looking forward. Step left and right forward. Inhaling, pressing into our roots as we rise up. Very nice. Let's take ourselves to mountain pose. Readjust if you need to. Breathing. Focusing on a drishti or feeling free to close your eyes. We're going to keep both feet down. So if you close your eyes, your balance will change even with both feet down. But I'd like you to feel the movement if your eyes are closed with your flat feet in your mountain pose as we're rooting down, as we're rising, lengthening the spine, lifting the heart. Pranayama. Keep the breath flowing deeply and slowly. Sending the breath wherever it is that you need it today. Whatever sensations that you're feeling, maybe increased heart rate from the flow that we just did, maybe a little tingly or sweaty, or just maybe feeling energy through our fingers or our feet or our heart. Anything that is getting inside and just feeling the energy from the inside out. It's amazing. Our bodies, our physical bodies are amazing. Our emotional bodies are amazing. We can really work with them. Three more deep, slow breaths. Opening our eyes. Let's rock forward and back. So our roots are continuing to grow deeper and wider even as we rock forward and back. And let's hold here, feet straight ahead. Open and lift the toes. Feeling the stretch, perhaps through the feet, through the legs. Feeling the muscles contract all the way up the legs as we lift and separate the toes. And then lower down. Good. So for our balance pose today, we'll do our eagle. So let's lift our left leg first, but before we do, growing the roots deeper with our right. Actually growing the roots deeper with both, and we're going to start in a little bit of a chair pose, right? Making sure you're not feeling this in the knees, maybe shift the hips back. Remember, toes are relaxed, but they're down, pressing through both sides of both feet, perhaps pulling up through the arches. Now, we will take the left leg and bring it over. So sort of easier in a chair position to get this leg up and over. And then even if you're up here more, maybe adjusting. So some people, maybe you, can bring this foot all the way around to the back. Try to adjust if you can. Sorry about that. So I'm going to start all over myself, but you stay where you are. Try, if your knees are pointing in that direction, to bring them back here, even if it means that leg is not wrapped around. So our hips, knees, shoulders straight ahead. Breathe and lift. So we have our left leg over our right. Let's bring our right arm, right elbow into our left. And perhaps we're here. Perhaps we can bring the backs of our hands together. Perhaps we can wrap our hands around. It's okay to keep this toe on the mat as well. And breathe. You can adjust these elbows higher and lower. Maybe you're feeling a beautiful stretch through the back, the upper back. And then let's go ahead and release. Coming up, mountain pose. Eagle pose is interesting because we have our hands sort of in front of our face. I want you to find a drishti. Focus on the focal point. Focal point and finding the drishti is helpful to get inside. Find the energy, find the roots, find the breath. So let's go ahead and take our chair pose here on the other side. Press through those left roots, lift the right, cross over, and enjoy how this feels, right? It's like a pretzel. Keep pressing through the left foot, open up. Right leg over left, so now we're going to take the left elbow into the right elbow. Back of the hands together, or here, feel free to lift and lower, perhaps wrapping the hands around, lift and lower. Never forcing anything. It'll come in its own time. And then lifting, coming back to mountain pose. Let's take our 3 breaths here. Sending the breath perhaps to the roots this time. The roots from the root chakra, roots through the bottom of the feet, and with the roots growing deeper, drawing energy from the center of the earth. And then opening the eyes, and let's do eagle pose one more time on each side. So starting with a chair, let's go ahead and lift our left leg across over, bringing our arms out, right elbow into the left, finding eagle. Focus on a spot, keep pressing through the roots. Stay strong through the core, stay breathing. And then bringing it to mountain. Chair. Let's bring the right over the left. Bringing the left elbow into the right. Three strong, deep breaths. Finding our mountain. Inhaling, bringing the arms up. Exhaling, hands down. Inhale, bringing both arms up. So we're going to do the upper body version of cow face. Let's keep our head reaching here, lengthening the neck, bringing our right hand behind, like we're taking a little tap on our right shoulder, left shoulder. And then our left hand comes down, palm facing away from our body. So now our left palm is facing away, our right palm is facing towards, and then make your way towards your fingertips, or maybe where you are is enough. Let's see if we can open up the elbows, the shoulders down, stay strong through the core. One elbow up, one elbow down, perhaps adjusting as we hold here, and always being very respectful of your shoulders. Now, how does the rest of the physical body feel in this pose? Nice and easy, releasing, reaching. Let's take our left hand behind to our right shoulder, right hand behind, palm facing away, and respect how this side is different than the other side. Adjusting as needed. Stay strong through the corset. One elbow up, one elbow down. Breathe. Very gently releasing both arms up. Hands to heart center. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Pressing all the way to standing, gathering energy. Sun salutations are wonderful for waking up, waking our bodies up, waking our minds up. So inhaling, taking a forward fold here. We're just going to melt over our legs as best you can. So our legs are straight as they can be. Knees are soft, melting over our thighs. Maybe shifting the pelvis higher. Perhaps taking our hands behind and gently bringing ourselves closer. Relax through the neck. Keep pressing through the roots. So I'd like you to turn to the side on your mat and then curling up. We're going to take, so you're to your side like I am, take a wide stance. We're doing a forward fold in our wide stance. Feet are straight ahead or maybe turned out a little bit. Knees are soft. Pull the belly in and then coming down to the mat. Hands to the mat. And then we should be feeling a gentle stretch through the legs. The wider your feet are, the closer you'll be able to go to the mat. And just see where you're feeling that stretch. Could be inner thighs, hamstrings. Try to melt down. Let that head drop. Shoulders are wide but relaxed. Hands right down to the mat, not putting a lot of weight on the hands if you can help it. And breathe. Feel free to adjust the feet wider or closer together. Depends on where you want to be. Staying strong through the belly. Engaging the core. Using our hands to support us, we'll heel toe our feet together.
And then once again, folding in our forward fold and melting over. Relax through the neck, perhaps shaking little yeses, a little no's. Remember to stay strong through the corset. Breathe deeply. Let's go ahead and roll up. Zip, zip, zip. And coming back to our mountain. And let's take an inhale. Forward fold. This time hands come down to the mat. Let's step back to our plank. Lengthening in our plank, shoulders wide. Let's get one more deep, slow breath in our plank. Stay nice and strong. We're not letting the hips drop. I do not want you to feel this in your back. Let's take our knees down. Let's send our hips back for child's pose. Reaching our arms forward, perhaps feeling a nice stretch in and around the shoulder, the pectoral muscles, the lats, the neck, the shoulders, the back. And let's go ahead and come to all fours. No, all fours. We're coming to seated. All right, feet are flat, hands here, and taking our knees side to side. See if we do some rigorous yoga in the beginning of class, we end up back on the mat quicker. So feet flat, taking ourselves to a reverse table. Remember positioning the hands so the fingers are towards the end of the mat, but if that's not comfortable, once you lift, go ahead and lower down. So this can be a big time stretch through the shoulders. And then lower, lengthening our legs, finding our sit bones. Taking the right leg across, the right foot is flat, and then taking our twist, right arm comes up and over, using the fingers to help lengthen. Let's not lean back. So our left leg is straight, knees pointing up. We're not letting it relax. We're just keeping it active. We can have the toes pointing up, or we can have sort of a relaxed foot. But this right foot is flat. Using that for a twist. Inhale, exhale. Keep lengthening the spine as we twist. Now pulling the belly in. Taking this leg and circling through the hip. So we'll circle. Let's go 3 times in one direction. Let's stay strong through the lower part, especially of our back, pressing into our sit bones. And then we'll circle 3 times in the other direction. Good. Let's lower this ankle right to the thigh above the knee. And then bending this other side right into our double pigeon. So if you're sinking into this, I'd like you to lengthen. I'd like you to adjust, and I would like your feet to be flexed. Feel free to use the ball underneath to perhaps get a little more length in the spine. One more breath. And releasing both legs. Readjusting the sit bones. And let's go ahead and take the left leg, cross it over. Taking a twist here, left arm reaches up and behind and lift and lengthen. So check back in on the position of your legs and your feet. When we're pulling into a twist, we're getting to a point where we just release. We're not tightening any muscles of the arms and the hands. Just using the fingers to help lengthen. And then releasing, coming back to the center. Let's place this ankle here. And now circling 3 times. 3 times in the other direction. Good. Lowering down. And when you're ready, pigeon on this side. Once you get to where both legs are bent, we don't have to go to the deepest expression right away. But if you're not feeling any benefits from this, just adjust. Sitting tall, both feet flexed. Perhaps this shin comes out further. Right, so we want them sort of on top of each other, not in and relaxed. So making it feel as if we're getting a little bit of a challenge. Uncrossing, lengthening out. Good. Finding our sit bones. So we're taking double pigeon. Once again, take the right leg first here and then pointing and flexing this right foot. We point from the ankle. Try not to get that point where it might cause your foot to be crampy. And then when you're ready, bending the left, adjusting. Maybe you're able to go deeper here. Maybe it feels better than it did the first time around. Never forcing it. This is your yoga. And we want this to be exactly what you need in your yoga class. And as we know, this double pigeon is not for everyone. Some people can just ease into it. And others of us have to just sort of be patient. From here, we're engaging the core first, and then sliding our legs so that our knees are above each other. So we can tuck our feet behind if that feels okay. We can go as close as we feel comfortable, but this is cow face, right? So you can also bring your shins so they're more parallel with the top of the mat. How do your hips and legs feel? That's what pigeon's all about. But cow face. So guess what? Our right knee is over our left. Let's take our left arm to our right shoulder and our right arm back. Cow face. And lifting, maybe adjusting as you're here. Try to stay sitting tall. And I'd rather have you be strong through the core than to be able to reach your fingertips or to be able to adjust your legs. So if that means that one leg is out, or if that means that your legs are hooked in, or maybe the arms are just in the back and we're opening up, I'd rather have that than have you sinking into your cow face. So make your adjustments. One more breath. And then nice and easy, releasing, never forcing anything. And then bringing our legs out. Shake it out. Let's take the left ankle over the right, pointing and flexing. Feel free to circle the ankle, working through the ankle and the foot. And then let's take our double pigeon on this side. We'll get a few breaths here in our double pigeon, just sending the breath. And then when you're ready, making our way to cow face, knees above each other, adjust those hips, lengthen the spine. We want both sit bones to be down equally, perhaps hugging both legs in, perhaps adjusting, and perhaps top leg is completely straight. See if we can flex our feet. Let's get 2 more breaths here before we take the arms in cow face. And so our left leg is over. Let's bring our right arm over and our left arm behind. Then readjust. Nice long spine, lifting the heart. Elbows in opposite directions. Breathe. Slowly coming out. Slowly uncrossing the legs, lengthening. And so let's take ourselves to a reverse plank. You can go to a reverse table if you want. That would mean your feet are flat. And lift and breathe, lengthen. Lowering down. And bringing yourselves to the end of the mat. We're going to use the ball in a supported bridge. So when you're ready, rolling down. Feet flat. And lifting supported bridge. So the ball is underneath the hips. Arms and shoulders on the mat, feet flat. And just breathe. Allowing bridge to help you re-energize. If you like to lift a leg, if you haven't already, go ahead and lift the right leg, getting a stretch through that leg. Our left foot is still down. We're going to circle the right ankle.
Circle in the other direction. Pointing and flexing. Checking in on the shoulders. Make sure the shoulders are taking the weight and the neck is not tensed up. Let's take our right ankle over the left thigh and just allow this leg to open up here. So this is another version of the pigeon on the ball. So breathing into wherever you feel the tightness, where we want to release. Let's slowly release that right leg down, both feet down, and now lifting the left, stretching through the left, and let's point and flex and circle the ankle here. And then when you're ready, crossing the ankle and allow this hip to open up. Remember to check in on the shoulders. Shoulders should be relaxed, but are taking the weight. Eyes straight up to the ceiling. Check in on the core. And then pulling the core a little more, bringing that foot back to the mat, and then lengthening both legs. And let's get 3 breaths here. See if we can keep the legs together and the feet together. And after that 3rd breath, we'll slide our feet back, lifting our hips, release the ball. So our knees and feet are still together, arms out to the side in a T, and then bringing our knees side to side. And then coming to the center, let's cross the right over the left. So sort of if we were in our eagle pose, our thighs are together here. And then we'll take our knees to the right and gently hold and breathe. Shoulders are down, getting a twist through the torso, gently keeping that corset laced and breathing into wherever you need it. Pulling the belly in a little tighter to bring it the legs to the other side, and allowing yourself to relax and release as long as the shoulders are on the floor. You can look over to your right hand and arm if you'd like, or keep your eyes straight ahead. And pulling the belly in. Lowering both feet, adjusting the hips, and we'll cross the left over the right like our pigeon. And now bring both knees over to the left. Breathing, releasing. Pull the belly in tighter to bring our knees to the other side.
coming back up, flattening both feet and lengthening out for our full body yawn. Stretching, breathing. And preparing for Shavasana. We did it. We got there. Remember to allow yourself that last pose or stretch if you'd like, or take the next few minutes for complete Shavasana. However that is for you, whatever type of pose works for you in your Shavasana. Breathing deeply, practicing your pranayama. And bringing your awareness back, breathing deeply
slowly and feel free to stay in your Shavasana or to come to a seated position. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Namaste. Namaste. Oh, have a wonderful day, and I will see you tonight.